Did you know that tracking attendance for Microsoft Teams meetings can be made super easy using Google Forms? Let's find out how. In this video, you'll learn how to create an attendance register for Microsoft Teams meetings using Google Forms, streamlining your meeting management process. Many users struggle with keeping track of attendance during virtual meetings, often leading to confusion and missed follow-ups. We will walk you through the steps of setting up a Google form, customizing it for your needs, and integrating it with Microsoft Teams for seamless attendance tracking. App that you want to create the Google form from. Remember, we are about to create a Google form which is going to be intended for being used as an attendance register in our virtual meeting. Okay, right, we locate the app. Here's the app, the Google Drive. Okay, we click on the drive, then it's going to bring us here. Then when we are on the drive, we click on the new menu there. You click on new, then we locate the Google Forms. There it is. We click on Google Form, then we are looking for a blank form. Okay, we're going to go for blank form. Then you click on the blank form. As I've clicked now we're gonna wait for the system to respond. Here is the form. It is an untitled form which we're going to customize according to our meeting today. All right, this is the Google form that we are creating for the purpose of being used as an attendance register. Right, so now that we are here, we're going to now rename this untitled form according to the purpose that it is intended for. So this is for a school meeting. This is a face meeting. All right, so we're now going to call it Makungu Primary face meeting. This is the Google form that we intend to use for the face meeting. Right, now we have renamed our Google form. As you can see now, it indicates that it is Makungu Primary Face Meeting. All right, this is for the intermediate phase in particular. All right, grade 4 to 6. So now the next step is to come up with the description of this particular Google form, of which I've already indicated that this is a form that we intend to use as an attendance register. Okay, so we are basically just going to describe what this Google form is for. Okay, this is the one that I have indicated that it is an attendance register for the face meeting, which is the intermediate phase, grade 4 to 6. Right, now we have renamed or given the description of this particular form. Now the next thing is to type in the question. We choose the question. We are interested in the one that just needs a short answer. So the first one that we'll start with, it's going to be just having the name and the surname of the attendee. All right, so that as and when he or she completes this form, can be able to write the name and the surname there. Okay, the next one, we go now to add the next question. Then now we decide to go for a different format. We're going to go for a multiple choice kind of a question. Okay, and then this one, it is going to be about the grade. Remember, I've said that this particular attendance register is intended for the face meeting, which includes grade 4 to 6. So here we're going to indicate the 3 grades so that the attendees can just indicate exactly the grade that they belong to. Okay, we have grade 4, 5, and then the last one is going to be grade 6. So this is what I'm putting here in this question. Okay, the multiple choice one. Okay, now let's add another question. And then we're going back to the short answer kind of a question. And then what else can we need our attendees to to put as the data that we need from them. Okay, so here we go now to add the contact number. We want them to input their numbers, okay, so cell phone numbers. All right, then the next one, we're going to now add another question, and again we're going to go for the short answer. And this time around, I think let's ask the participants in this meeting to indicate to us their email addresses. Okay, so this is the short question kind of a question wherein they'll just put in the email address. Now we have our register. Now let's decide on which questions are mandatory to be completed, which means if an attendee happens not to complete this question, the system is not going to allow the person to proceed to the next question. Okay, so now we're making this one to be mandatory. We're choosing the ones that are going to be mandatory. You move the slider to the right and then say required, as you can see how I'm doing it. Okay, so now we have chosen the questions that we prefer that they must be completed by the attendees in the meeting. Right, let's move right along. The next one now is to look at the theme. Let's click on the theme just to customize the aspect of this particular Google form. We have the font type, we have the font size. Okay, here you can choose the font size, also the font type that you want to apply on the Google form. Right, going down, we can also again look at the image. Here we can change the background image, let's see, as the header in actual fact. Let's scroll down and look for the appropriate image for our header. Remember, this is a school meeting. We're going to look for something that has to do with school. All right, let's go for this particular one. Right, I have chosen this one. You'll see it coming. Here it is. It is now on the header of our Google form. Now we can again play around the different colors, okay, or using the color palette that we have here. We can choose different colors, as you can see on our header there, or on the Google form is changing. Then here we can again change the background. As I move, you'll see that the background has changed. Okay, fine. Let's go back to the image. Here you can upload your own image if you prefer in that way, or you can replace. All right, let's get back to our Google form. All right, this is how it looks now. We have our information that we would want our attendees to complete as and when they do that. Okay, let's go to the next one. There we're going to now preview our Google form, just to look at how is it going to appear from the user's point of view. Okay, so the user is going to have it in this way, then he or she is going to click on submit after having completed. Okay, so now we just gonna now go back, click there on this portion to further edit the Google form. Okay, all right, and then we just look at it and see that it has captured all the information that we need. There is this extra question that we don't need. Let's delete it. Okay, we're going to delete this particular option. Okay, right, now we are remaining with the ones that we want our attendees to complete as and when they have attended this virtual meeting. All right, so this is how it looks now. And then let's move on. Now we're going to look at now publishing the form. Okay, we click on this button so that we can be able to publish, but we can edit here and manage the rights. Okay, let's look at what information is here. All right, here you can decide on what you want your attendees to be able to do. So I don't want them to edit. Okay, so I'm going to leave it on restrict. So they are restricted from editing the form. They will have to just complete it as it is. Okay, you click OK. Right, Now we are on this one. We are now going to look at the extra information that is here, and then we click on published when we are satisfied. Okay, right. Now we have published the form. Right, let's look at the responses. Okay, we click on the response to check on if there are responses that participants have already input. All right, these are the questions, and we look at the settings. Right, the next thing now is to go back and click on this icon to copy the link of this particular Google form, which is an attendance register. All right, we're going to click on the option that says shorten the link. We want it to be short. All right, then we copy the link. Remember, after having copied that, it has to go to the respondents or the participants in a meeting. Now you go back to your Microsoft Teams app, then you go to locate the chat so that you can paste. Okay, I've clicked on the chat, right, where the cursor is blinking. Then you're going to right click and paste your link that you have copied from the Google Drive from your Google form. Okay, so now you're going to send it by clicking this particular button. As you can see, there it is. It indicates that now the link of the attendance register has been pasted. All right, let's click on it to test if it works. All right, we're going to try that. Okay, we clicked on it. Okay, it is still verifying. It is now going to open up so that we see. Okay, here's the link. Now this is how it's going to appear from the user's point of view or screen. Okay, so this is our attendance register created from a Google form for our Microsoft Teams meeting. All right, so this is how it looks. Then the participant is going to complete that. All right, we are now back to our Microsoft Teams app, wherein we want the participants of the meeting to complete the link in order for them to prove that they were part and parcel of the meeting. Right, now we're looking at the completion of the Google form. Now it has been completed. It has data on it. All right, so the user that side is going to click on submit after having completed. Okay, as the person who has attended the meeting. Right, this is the screen that will appear. So if the person wants to take the form again, it can allow that, but you can restrict that as the developer. Right, so this is the Google form, which is now being checked from the developer point of view. Now you check how many responses have you received, okay, from the participants in the meeting. Now it indicates that there's one response. Okay, you can check the questions that are there in terms of those that have been answered by the attendees. All right, you can check back per question, and you can also have the stats of each and every question, how that particular question has been answered. As you can see, I'm moving from one question to the other. Okay, so this is a summary which is going to appear from the manager or the developer. Okay, from this icon you can click on that to choose the option whether you would want to download the responses or print the responses, depending on how you would want it to happen. Okay, so sometimes you would want to print out or export to Microsoft Excel, further edit this. All right, so basically this is how it works. I hope you have enjoyed this particular tutorial.